Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our glorious republic. I do hope you're having a swell day today. Got a bit of a traffic backup here. And this is flickering lights. We'll have to... Ha! 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 Right here. Flickering lights. Aha! See, I told you this does happen. Huh? I said it did. Take a look at that in this video too then. So, I'm just now noticing this as I start recording. There's traffic backup right here. Everybody, even though this is a one-way street, everybody's in the right lane. Nobody's using the bypass. And it's because pretty much everybody wants to go straight at this. Although they look like they're actually... Oh, what are you doing? Oh, interesting. Okay, this is not quite as bad as I thought it was then. So they are choosing not to use the bypass lane that I've given them to turn right because that's dirt. And they think it's better to wait in this long-ass line for the roundabout to clear so that they can take this road and then take, you know, on that road, then drive and turn right. That way they don't have to touch the dirt. So this is a little bit easier to fix than I thought it was. All we need to do is make sure that this is a one-way to here and this is a one-way to here. And this will kind of force them to take that anyway, which is what I want them to do. But the other thing is a lot of these cars actually do want to go straight. And with traffic coming in on this side in any capacity, what we'll end up having, especially in the wintertime because of the plows and stuff get out in this area, we end up getting a lot of traffic shutdowns in this area. And it's very tiny things like that, right? Tiny things where these buses all want to turn left, right? And so you got to wait your turn because once you're in the intersection, you have the priority. So I want to look at possible change on that too. And it's really simple. We actually already did it over here on this one. This one will never get, no matter how many cars use this, I don't think we'll ever have an issue. At least certainly not until we, you know, hook up this side to that side, then maybe, and we get all this stuff built. But yeah, that solution is to put a tunnel. Always a tunnel from here. And I think the issue I'm going to have with this tunnel idea is that it's really only needed from one side. And since this highway here, it doesn't spread out enough for me to get another tunnel in there. So I have to find, like, where's the outlet for that tunnel? Or even if it's a bridge, where would be the outlet for that bridge? It's got almost, it's the point I think where it has to be a tunnel because this is in the way and this is in the way and we can't go around it too far because this is in the way. So it's got to be underground. And there's plenty of room here to like kick the tunnel out on this side. And so what we could potentially do, I'm thinking, is attach a tunnel to the roundabout right here. If we attach a tunnel here on this side and bring it out over here, what ends up happening is that the tunnel could have an exit, which would come out right here and then right there at the entrance. Very similar to this arrangement, right? See how we did this one? It's very similar to that, where if you want to go straight, you don't have to go through the intersection. And people use the tunnel all the time. You could do the same thing over here from the middle. But on this side, we would just connect it directly to the roundabout so that everyone who wants to go this way and bypass all this noise can do so through the tunnel. And then the tunnel would be a one-way street. So I'm gonna look at that actually. Let's just lay that in really quick while I still have it in my head. So we're gonna go about like that, I think. It's probably better to come in at a more extreme angle though, isn't it? Because you're going to be entering and exiting the roundabout on this road. So I think it has to be here. And then it would go, like, say, that way. We want to make the tunnel as short as possible, I would think, here. Because it takes a while to build them. And you can't use the track builders for these. So, yeah, it takes a while to build them. So I'm thinking we go very similar to this arrangement. We want to start with, I think, a single road. Probably right about here. I wanted to get it to where they can go and get refuel, but if you need fuel, you're going to go straight, and that's just the way it is. So I think we'll put a little road like right here, and let's see where this tunnel would be. If I go underneath, 1, 2, 3. See, we have underground power lines here as well. There's a lot of infrastructure that I have to work around in order to make stuff like this actually happen. But it's, again, I don't think it's needed, but it'll be nice to have. And it's possible that this problem just works itself out very fast once they start using this instead. But just in case, let's do it. So 1, 2, we want this to go underneath. So we want 1, 2, 3. That's fine right there. That's okay. There, and then we just connect this side to that side. And it looks like we're gonna have to, yep, right there. And we'll just have it do a little bit of a squiggly line, and that's good. So that connects this side to here. It's going to do two things. It's going to encourage vehicles to use the left lane if they want to go straight, which frees up this capacity and also makes it to where people who are getting fuel don't have to wait their turn to get out. It also means that if you're in this right lane, there's a very high degree of likeliness that you're going to use the slip. And so very few are going to go straight here. The ones that do go straight here are the ones that need to turn down this road or are going to interact with this road or, in this area in some way. But they're not going to, they're going to be here and they'll be interacting with this roundabout too, which is still going to be a fairly high traffic area. But I think it's going to be better than having this be congested like it is. So let's add this little tunnel here. And to get it really finalized, I guess what we'll do is I'm going to add the little road like this. We'll go about there. Yeah, about there. And then we'll take you on this side and we'll bring you over about, I guess, like that, right? Or do we go a little bit longer? We could go longer. How about from the fuel station? From the fuel station, you can cut over, right? And you can get over like that. And then on this side, we'll bring you around and bring you in like that. So it kind of matches up. It's a little bit of a sharp turn there, but I like it. It's fine. It'll work and it'll do the job that it needs to do. And this is, of course, a 2-lane road. Or it is a 2-lane road. It's a 2-way road. All right, so we'll put that in place too, and we'll get road crews and stuff to start working on some of these streets to work on that little road solution. Then over here, I'm hoping it's done by now. Let me see. Where is it? Where's that dang road we were working on? Right here. I'm hoping it's done right now. There should be underground wires. Okay, they have not even started it yet. Okay. The underground wire is getting connected all the way over here. And the reason is I had to delete it all the way back to this pole. I couldn't leave it where it was because the little part here was sticking out of the ground and it's going to interrupt construction. I don't want it to do that. This walking path, though, is now a dirt path. So I can easily remove it and get it out of my way now. And I think this is out of the way, at least I'm hoping. If it's not, then I have to go even further back, but I haven't tried that. It looks like... No way. Are you really? No, you're not. You're right there. We're good. Right there. We're solid. I just had to hit F4. And then we can go something like this for now. We're going to be redoing this little area here for multiple reasons. But the main reason, of course, is because we want to have 4 lanes going through here. With the secondary reason, I suppose, being that we want to put a new bus stop in here, a more higher capacity bus stop in here. And that takes some redoing. So as soon as this road is completed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this road from here to here and get it to where it's not connected to the roundabout on this side. That's going to allow them to use this road if they want to get in here. Might create some congestion, but at least they can do it, right? They could just move over and get there if they need to. This will be a 2-way street, all right? So we'll change this. Just this part here is a 2-way. So they'll be able to come this way and then merge over, and then these guys can keep coming as they need to. When that's done, we're also going to be pulling these little slip lanes back a little bit, and we're going to be redoing those. And then we'll have a more traditional setup here with the roundabout where this road will then pretty much merge where this one already does, and then this one will come around and pick up here. And we won't really need the slip lane much. I might I might see about just having it anyway, because it's just an extra path. But I don't think we'll need it very much. And then that will take care of, I think, all the congestion that we would ever experience in here. We're already very good here. Like, you can see the congestion is way better. The traffic is way better here than it was before. If I speed up time, way better, way more better. So hopefully they can get this done as well. And we'll go from there. I know we have traffic jams. We have traffic jams all over the place. Zeroski still has some traffic issues as well. I've tried to fix them by completing this road. So the construction office just finished this. I think it's probably finished, like, I don't know, maybe yesterday in game, possibly. I'll take a look at the track builders in a second too. They just completed this. I'm hoping they start using that. With that being completed, I've made this a one-way so that people stop turning left right here. So if you want to go this direction from this side, you should just be going on that road, and then you don't need to worry about that. So this is a one-way right here from this point to here. This is a one-way, but we still have this really high congestion issue where we have multiple stoplights and everybody is just kind of at a standstill sometimes. It's not like this all the time, but if you let it go far enough, you get a little gridlock like this, and it ain't good. All right. And it's all because of light timings and things, and the fact that, you know, lights suck. Traffic lights suck. We know this. But I'm trying to make it work and see it. So I have to constantly tweak little bits about that. If I fix this part down here, then this part gets congested. If I fix this part down here or over here, then this part gets backed up. So that's kind of what's happened now. If I increase the flow over here, then these guys will, you know, they get kind of jammed up, and vice versa. I think a lot of this, if I'm being honest, and it's just a prediction, but I think a lot of this gets fixed when this becomes operational. It will give these guys and gals a reason to go this way with their cars and to stop only going this way. They have basically one way. All of these guys want to go like this all the time. They're taking all the same roads. And then on the way back, they take the only path they can logically to get back. That's the issue. If I can spread out that labor a little bit and get them to come over here, and then we're having, you know, maybe half the cars will go this way instead. And that will, I think, really help the traffic out. Because right now, we just don't have the capacity for everybody to all go the one way all the time. So it's a work in progress in Zeroski, and it's always been an experiment, and I don't recommend people make their cities like that. But yeah, it's just the way that's going right now. All right, so the track builder problem, the train collision stuff is just, again, more track builder nonsense. So we'll get rid of them. Let's take a look and see what kind of progress they've made so far. That's always fun to see, isn't it? We've got the track built all the way out to the loading and unloader here, which is great. And we've also got an extended bit of track that's been built over here, getting connected to a electric connection. We can provide additional power on our train tracks. What are you doing? You're going home? Okay, go home. You going home? You're going home too. There you go. Bye. They've also got this part here done, as well as the crossing. These two segments here aren't quite done yet, so there's a little bit left to go. And then the builders have completed this. Now we have this tank, and we can actually start getting oil in this tank. All we need to do is get power to that substation, and we will start bringing in oil here, because pretty much all of our pumps and the things that are running right now, they're all kind of full. They're waiting to send the oil. And all this stuff has power. So it's all about that substation getting power. What I'm putting in is this high voltage switch and this underground line here, which is nearly completed. That's going to connect to this transformer, and that will provide power here, as well as be a source for powering this area, which we still need to do that. We're not really ready to use this area yet. Like I said, it's going to take a few years to get this to actually work because of how long it takes to build things. But we got all the pipes and all that stuff going in right now. If I had to make a recommendation for new players, and for myself, if I ever remember to do it, because it's definitely the better way to do it, I would recommend having everything planned out. All right. And then every single structure that requires maintenance, disable construction on those things. And just let your building crew build everything else first. Power lines, pipes, walking paths, all that stuff. Build all that stuff first. You can even have them build these conveyor things here first as well, because they don't take maintenance. But once you get everything done, then start building the things that take maintenance, because while this stuff is sitting here, it is, wear and tear is happening. And it's no good. So I've been doing that incorrectly the entire game. So I would think in the future, when I start making things, that's what we're going to focus on there too. I'm hoping that this gets done very soon. We have almost got construction on this part done. And this is a high priority, as well as this. And then I'm just kind of waiting for track builders now. Yeah, you're going back home. There you go. I'm just going to zoom you ahead. So I've got construction disabled on this track, so they don't start it. I don't need them starting these things here or these things here or any of this. They did start this, but I stopped them now. And then I'm going to let them, I think, do these two segments. But at that point, track builders don't have a whole lot to do. I could tell them to go this way, and I would, but I have another thing I like to do. I have another thing that I talked about doing and I want to do. And that is trying to get this to flow better, because you see all these trains are just backed up. There's too many trains for 2 tracks. We need more. I think instead of having 4 tracks, because that'll be a little harder to incorporate into this design, just because of where all the roads are, we're going to have a tunnel. Okay. Now I've gone back and forth with myself on where this is going to go, because I think with the tunnel boring machines, we have 2 of them, right? We have 2 of these things. We could be boring this tunnel. This whole time we could be boring this tunnel, right? And we have enough bricks to handle it too, right? Yeah, we got plenty of brick. And I can always increase the workers to the bricks too. I've had that kind of restricted this entire time, just to make sure we had enough here. But I think we have enough workers coming in now where I could probably expand this to, let's say, I'll go like, 25 now. We'll see how that goes. So I'm going back and forth with myself. Like, how do I future-proof this? How do I make this to where this is going to work well into the future, even when we start getting, more stuff maybe built over here if possible, right? How do I make this functional? And what I wanted to do initially, the overarching plan was always to have this is going to go away once we have so many tracks built in this area and they're all electrified. There's no real benefit to having the track builders start from this location. We're going to tear this out. The whole workflow for track builders goes away here, right? That includes, the direct connection for gravel, this train station here, all these connected bits here, the warehouse, all that stuff gets torn down. The track stays though, because the track can also be brought in from this side to go that way. And the track can connect to this rail over here and create another intersection that's going to allow trains to go that way. And so we're going to have, that. And so I thought, okay, well, if trains are going to come this way and turn this direction, that would certainly help them in getting out that way, if I can bypass that. So I was thinking, okay, well, the tunnel should be coming off of this, or it should be coming off of, somewhere in here, so that we tunnel underneath this mountain and go over here. And I was thinking about that. But then I thought, that's complicated because it's not useful now. It's only useful way in the future when the track builders are gone. I want something that's useful now. So then I got to thinking, well, they don't need to come out this way and go this way and then around and all that. They don't need to do that if I just have the tunnel start over here, right? Because we have these tracks right here, right? So these ones here are laid in over top the road. And what I was thinking is, first off, we make them electrified because why not? But I was thinking, instead of having it come off of that side, let's just give them the tunnel right at the origin point for these trains. We're going to have trains that can now go from this intersection, bypass all this noise, and hopefully either choose to go that direction or choose to come in here. So the expensive part of this is trying to figure out, where does this tunnel come in? Where does the tunnel exit on this side? And it's going to exit here, right? But do we make another one that goes this way? Do we make a bridge that goes over top of this? This is already elevated ground, so we could get a bridge and have it work its way down and connect over and maybe into the tracks over here. This is a pretty complicated intersection, but there's not a whole lot of traffic in this intersection. There's a lot of different places you can go here, but the trains don't really pile up here at all. So maybe the tunnel takes them from this intersection all the way back to this base without having any of this noise being involved. I like that. We will still probably need to incorporate or to involve in some way this area so that trains that are coming through here might be able to get there, or the trains that are coming this way might be able to get there. And just basically it's this stretch from here to here and here, because passenger trains are using these. Passenger trains really aren't using this area all that much. There's one that goes to Cernikova, and that's about it. I guess two, because I can stagger them and do two later. But the point is, all the haulers are coming through here. All the suppliers are coming through here. There's this cargo station right here, too. And then we have all these passenger stations that are coming through here, too. That's why everything gets overloaded. We just have all these passenger trains that are constantly stopping, and that's no good. So if I can reduce the traffic here on this road, on this rail, by getting these guys, who are distribution office suppliers, to get a shortcut up to here, I think that'll greatly increase our throughput on this rail. And I see, I'm trying to justify getting it connected to this over here, but I just don't see it yet, because if I'm going to make this connection happen, then all I really need to do is make a little connection right here happen, and trains that are headed this direction can still get on this and go down the tunnel if they need to, because this is a through track too. Other trains will use this. We won't have distribution office trains interfering with that pass through, because they spawn here and leave. So they're not really going to interfere all that often. But I think this will be a good fit for us here. Let me just have you. I was going to have you ignore the light. Yeah, do it. Get out of here. Don't hit anyone on your way out. All right, so I'm thinking what I'll do here is we're going to take the rail electrified, and we're going to maybe bring it out, let's say about this far. And we want to bring it out as far as possible with the rail above ground, because it's cheaper to build, but also it gives us the chance to make crossings, right? If we need that for some reason. So let's say, hypothetically, we have a train that's headed this direction, and this train spawns here, okay? And it's like waiting for its turn to leave. Maybe, as it goes this way, we have another one coming back this side, and it's not going to want to enter to get back in the station and then despawn, right? It's not going to want to do that until this guy leaves. If I make a crossing here, it'll be able to come in here on this track and then despawn, right, and get out of the way. So I think I want to make a crossing here at some point too. Okay, so a railway tunnel. It looks like we have a little bit more room, so I'm gonna make it just a little bit, maybe about here instead. And then here's the hard part. We have a lot of infrastructure in the way. The question is, how far down do we have to go? Which in this case is pretty dang far. 21 meters. 18? Can I do this at 15? 15 would be better. 12 is good. I think 15. Let's do 15. We'll get down there about this far. All right. About there, let's say. Okay. And then you need to match up with it. And we always do both of them at the same time, completely matched up. All right, there we go. Now, from this point, we want you to go out And just to get out of this, you're probably good going up here. Yeah, let's go 9. And then from here, all the way over and connect, like, make sure it connects exactly like that. I think that's going to be fine. Let's figure out this side now. And then we can just connect it all as one big project. So I feel like there's an opportunity to take it this way to bypass this. And then they can come around here. But then they still have to get in here and then probably move this way because there's not really a whole lot of turnarounds. So if they need to go, for example, into this area, how do they get over here? If I was to take this tunnel and make it come in and out, like, say, over here, then there really isn't a whole lot of opportunity for people who are the trains that are using this area to use that tunnel to bypass this. They're still going to be on this rail, right? And then likewise, anyone coming from this side, which is either coming from steel and had to keep going, or coming from anything else we got going on over here later, if the train's coming this way, it's still not going to be able to use the tunnel because it's coming out over here. So I think what we need is a sort of a split tunnel, if you will. We need a part of this that comes up above ground temporarily to make a connection. And I'm thinking the connection probably could be this part right here. You could just use the rail that's already there as a connecting point to create an intersection that could allow that rail to go that way from the tunnel. But to go this way, we needed like a sort of a Y in the track, if you will. So here's what I'm thinking. I don't want to like talk your ear off and not show you anything. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. What I'm thinking is the rail will end up being something like, I don't know if it should be over on this side a bit more, maybe to add some more room. Maybe to add some more room, we could do that. I guess it depends on whether or not this will come out. So you'll come out this way. And do we even need this dirt road anymore? This was there for construction purposes, but I don't think we need it anymore. Yeah, let's ditch this. That can go and this can go. We don't need those anymore. Because the gravel run's already done and it's in here. Yeah. We probably want this to be gravel too, just because if there's a fire over here, it's going to be very difficult to get there in time. Of course, that's what the helicopters are for. Unreliable little gits. All right, so I'm thinking maybe from here, we come down. Let's say if the rail was here, hypothetically, let's just play this out. If the rail's coming through this way, all right, it wouldn't have to go that direction, which it will kind of go that way. It's being difficult with me. Like that, right? And like that. And then it would also need to go about, ooh, this is the part where having a road really close to this is going to be a problem, right? Maybe I can come in from this side then. Yeah, like there and there. Okay. So we get that. Now I'm thinking that's more than enough space, right, for these trains. Predominantly, the trains that are using this are passenger trains, but, you know, we could still have other trains too, but there's so much room here. I think that's probably fine. And then hopefully we get a rail that also comes out straight. That's what I was hoping for. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. Actually, you know what? Here, since we have to go that way anyway, we could have it go from this side. We could say, if you are going to end up going straight, yeah, like this. I like that better. So this veers off into a separate track here. I think that's great. It's going to be expensive to make, but it's great. This whole thing is expensive to make. But it prevents us from having to cross the tracks here. I like this. And then what we need, well, I'm not sure we need much else. We could just go above ground, right? Yeah, we don't need any bridges or anything like that. We could just take this above ground, whip over, let's say, just use, I don't really want it to be that sharp though. All right, F4. Maybe I just remake that road. I think the road is kind of in the way, right? Why don't we get rid of this dirt road? It is dirt, yep. Let's get rid of this dirt road for a second. And we'll redraw it once it's out of the way. But we'll have this rail. Yep. Let's get rid of that if I can. Thank you. And you are going to go from there about like that. It's just it's not quite as sharp, right? It's got a little bit more gradual flow to it there. And then you end up going around. Just leave a little bit of gap. I think it's fine to leave a little gap here. Yeah. And then we end up heading over there. And then you are going to go around like so. And you'll eventually meet up over here. So what I'm thinking is I either need to let this be all the way out this way and then connect on this major intersection here. Or what I could do is connect it here. And if I connect it here, it means that any train that uses this can also interact with this station and decide to keep going this way, which is still fine. So I kind of like that option, right? Anything that's here can still engage with this. But if I connect it over here, then it loses the ability to engage with this. I don't know if that's a big deal, though. And this is also much closer to this intersection, too. So it might create some additional problems here. But if I bring it all the way over here, it's a lot less likely to have problems. I think I'm going to do that. I think it's a lot less likely to have problems if I do this. And you know, there's always the option to just do both. Because if you think about it, it wouldn't be difficult to just make that connection right there, but keep this going. So if I need to, I can just do both later. All right, so I guess the question is, do I just make it super parallel, right? I mean, we could just go right alongside this rail. Yeah. We just bring it in here like that, and then you are going to go all the way over like so. And then we'll end up just having this be pulled back. We have plenty of room to do that. I think it's like, what, 190? I think is what it was. From here, it's a lot longer than 190. Yeah, 130, 215. So much room. So never mind. Maybe it was the 190 here. I was measuring this earlier. I think this is like 186. Right to here. Yeah, something like that. About 187, 186. So we have that option, but I'm gonna bring it all the way over here instead. So with that, we're just gonna go in and make the rail. Let's say have the tracks go there with the signal, and the chain will be there. Remove those. Pull the rail back. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, I thought I queued something up for destruction, but I don't see it anymore, so I guess I'm fine. And then I want it to merge in there, but it's not letting me do it. I'm gonna have to come back even further. Yeah, let's bring this back. Bring it back even further, it's fine. And then let's get rid of these and we can just figure out where they go from there. But we'll start from this side maybe. That's probably better. Get rid of that. And then from this side right there, we'll go out like that. That's fine. Then out like that is fine. And then you connect there and you connect there. Okay. So there is the signal and there's the signal. Okay. So that gets everything connected with a different rail through here. I think that's probably good. If I want to connect this up, I can. We can always do some crossings here to where, like, if you're on this track for some reason, you can move to this one. I don't know why you would ever need to before this intersection, but we could even get for this side. Now they're already connected this way. Yeah, it's fine. This is actually going to work out just fine. And in the event that we want to have like this train track go straight, we can always also do the same thing we did here, right here, to where the train can then get on the second set of tracks if they want to. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good and flexible. I like it. All right. So now I'm going to go with this, and we're going to come on over about here. It's probably good. I was going to make this straight road because I had plans for this area, but it's really the plans for this area are not anything special. So it's I can kind of do it wherever I want or just move it. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so we'll have this go, and then I think probably from right about here, so it starts to elevate. And at that elevation point, I think that's where I'm going to make my my tunnel. I want the tunnel to kind of look like it's going into the ground though. So let's put this out just a little bit more. And then we'll see the tunnel about like this. Okay. So let's go 1, 2. Really? Above terrain, but how? Oh, there it goes. Weird. All right, well, not sure how that's happening, but it is. So we're down 6 meters. Good enough for me. Just make sure that's consistent, and it won't let me do it. Yeah, so we have to find a place where this is going to let me do the tunnel. I might need to come down lower, so just 1, 2, 3. Is there no place here where you're going to let me do this? For real? There's 9 meters down. Right there. Can I do that? Why not? Does it have to be deeper? I mean, that's... I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe it's that little segment there. Let's try it on this side. 1, 2, 3. Again, this makes no sense to me. Okay. I guess it's just the way the terrain's level is going. Yeah, there it goes. That'll work. I guess just the elevation changes, right? I'm trying to go down lower and it's peaking up above the ground, I guess. So now what we want to do is take this side and bring it all the way over and connect it to this side, like that. Good enough for me. Bring you all the way over here and connect it to this side. And that creates the job that we wanted. There's no way to get rid of those. So the tunnel ends up looking like that. Again, bypassing all this noise, letting trains go from this side and get on this track to bypass all of this noise and get over here. And you only have one extra intersection over here. And that one extra intersection is really not that busy. So that, I think, is going to work for us right there. Now, there's a lot of track to build there. And so we are going to want our track builders to start working on it. And they're going to auto search it. So they'll be over here doing it as fast as they can there. But to help them get there, because there's a side here that they're not going to be able to do. They're only going to be able to do one side because they can't turn around. Yeah, so it'll be this side first. I want a crossing. Wow. Really? Hang on. Cancel plans. Let's get rid of this. If possible. No. It won't let me get rid of that. Wondering why. Should be able to get rid of that. Let's I'm too worried about removing this just in case it doesn't let me do it anymore. So I guess I'll just leave it. We can make another mark there. Yeah, we'll just do it from here. From here we go, like, say, there. And then from you, go there. All right, good. So that's a crossing we're going to make. And yeah, we're going to make it with, electrified rail, too. Because eventually, like, all my trains are going to be coming through here, and we need them to be electrified. Is it worth making another point for electrification right here? Because we could do it right here. I think I got enough though, right? I mean, I have one over here. I got one right there. That's connected. I got one right here. That's not connected yet, but it's built. It's ready to go. I could connect it with kind of whenever I want now. And in fact, I could kind of just do it with one of these really dinky wires. This isn't connected to anything. And this isn't connected to anything yet either. So there's some work to do with electrification over here too. But I might be able to bring that right there into this system very easily, like it's designed. Make another one, and then make another set of 6 of these that keeps going. Have that hook up here, and then have one of those hook to this. I think that's the way to go, actually. Let's queue that up. Because we can just, again, kind of supplement power in the main city even further. I want to line these up to where they're the same angle because I think it looks better that way. About like that seems pretty close. Yeah, it's a little off, but that seems pretty dang close to me. So I'll put one right here, right there, right there, right. Hold on. Come on, save. There you go. Right there, right there, and right over here. As soon as it lets me, one more there. Let's get a road that runs parallel to this one. Ooh, it's a little bit too far in. Okay, I need a road that runs parallel to this one. I'm gonna have to move these just a little bit, which is okay. It's fine. Just give me the road first. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing here. Just take the pick this and just go no, not gonna do it. Why? Due to infrastructure. Did I have a road segment in the way here? No, I don't. Oh, it's this power line right here. I might have to change the angle on these then. Yeah, the power line's in the way. I'm gonna have to tweak the angle a little bit here just to make it work. That's fine. Whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good enough, man. Good enough. So U6 will provide power to another transformer, which will take place, or which will be... Actually, I already have this one. I could incorporate that. I wouldn't need the 6th then, would I? That's true. I wouldn't need this one. You know what? It's fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, because we can always connect this directly as well. Right now, it's providing power for this pump, so I don't want to do that. But as soon as we have all these things hooked up to another one, then actually this is providing power to the pump. What are you providing power to? I think actually I can do that now. Yeah, you're taking care of it, so I don't need that. Yeah. So I can take this one, this little dinky. It's just so hard to. It's hard to do it above ground. Let's just wing it. Just do it like this. It's fine. Whatever. We'll put that over there, and that will provide additional electricity to the rail on this side. It'll be good. I still have to electrify. Actually, I think I electrified this already, didn't I? No. I don't know. I electrified all up to here. Yeah. Okay. Up to the signals. And then this part here is not electrified, this crossing. But the crossing here was only for the track builders anyway, so I don't think it'll be there eventually. It'll be there in the end anyway. Yeah. I still have to solve the rolling blackouts, all right? So let's talk about that really quick before the end of this video. The rolling blackouts in Zernakova are not a problem with substations. Substations are good. Mentioned this before, right? They're not over capacity, right? If I go to my overlays and you look at megawatt, right? None of these things are red. None of these things are overloaded for any reason, right? And if it was, it wouldn't be happening throughout the entire city, right? If it's happening through the entire city, it's definitely not a single substation, all right? It's a set of substations, or it's the power supply going into the substations. So we need to go backwards. If you go to here, we're going to see that there's power flowing through this thing, and not all of it. So some of this power is going around and going that way, right? No big deal. And this one's only this is where everything comes together for all these. So it's really this part here that I have to see. Is this overloaded? Well, the switches can handle a little over 19 megawatts. So it's clearly not the switch. What about the wire? Well, this is a 10 megawatt line, and we're not having any problems there. It's certainly not a wire issue. It's green. Let's keep going back. And if we keep doing this diagnosis to try to figure out what's causing the blackouts, what we're going to get to is we're going to see that during a moment where everything is kind of dark, if we go back far enough, we're going to notice right here, that switch right here is the reason why Sternikova is dark, because this switch is connected to the main line that heads all the way out and goes to this. All right. The other side is being fed from the other switch and really isn't stressed out that much anyway. Now I can fix this in two ways. If there was another connection point on this switch, like say this is one of those 4x4s or 6x6s, whatever. If this switch was one of these, right, the 6x's, then I could connect with another. I have to have another switch, of course, but I could connect the other line to this, and that would allow us to get power into this from the other side. That would fix the problem, but I don't have that, and it's easier to do another thing. Instead, what we could do is take a look at what's bringing power into this and see if there is something we can do to get power to be redirected somewhere else, okay? So at the moment, this switch is so overloaded compared to the other ones for two reasons. The first reason, the primary reason, is because the main power out for Charlevance proper is this 10 megawatt connector right here. This 10 megawatt line. I know it's dark, but I did light in the nights, so, you know, and I wanted to be able to see the flashing lights and stuff. I guess if I let it go a little bit, we can get daytime, and then you can see. But if we pause it while the lines are red, you can see right away that this thing it consistently stays red. It's consistently over 19 megawatts. Sometimes it even taps 20, and it's no bueno, right? So what we need is for this line to be coming from a different switch. We have connection points available on this one, but therein lies another problem. This one only has power because of this connection here. I've connected this switch to this switch. And so even if I connect this 10 to here, the power still has to flow through that switch to get here. So what I need here is a source of power to be fed directly into this switch, okay? And that would fix the problem. So I'm a little worried about total power outages in the wintertime. I'm pretty worried about that, to be honest. And so what I was hoping to do without having to deal with that is to start supplementing power with renewables before I disconnect that, because that's a really difficult thing to iron out. There is a solution though that doesn't require me, at least, to fully disconnect the entire system from its power source. And that is to tap into the other switch I have over here. This switch was put in place to provide power to this area over here later, but also to send power to the border over top the mountain. So this switch here has some ports available that we could send directly and hook up with this. That way the power doesn't even have to go to this area at all to get to this. That just sends it from the other power plant over here. And that is something we can do, but it still requires me to disconnect half of Charlevance from power to redo that, because half of Charlevance is being fed from this. We do have some redundancy in our power system. We do. And that's the power lines that are coming from here and running around here and getting into substations through here. The issue, though, is that everyone here will have rolling blackouts. They're not going to be out of power entirely, but they're going to have rolling blackouts while I disconnect that, because Charlevance requires power coming from both sides to be completely stable. If one of them goes, like from fire or whatever, then some buildings will get power and others won't. And so they'll have this rolling blackout period, which allows me to get the time to fix it. So not everybody is completely dark, but it's not ready to go. It's not like it's not going to be fine, which is why I want the wind turbines all along the highway to provide supplemental power into the city, so that if I have anything like that happens, the renewables are right there to really help dampen that problem. Yeah. So that's the reason why Cernikova is doing the rolling blackout things. And I don't know why. I don't remember. It's been a while since I recorded the last video before the holiday, so I don't exactly remember why I thought the Cernikova wasn't having them before when I looked at it. But they're definitely having it now. And that's the reason why. It's that substation, or this switch right here is completely overloaded with wattage. You can't push this much wattage through a switch. It's bottlenecking it. What's going on, trains? Don't you worry, we're fixing you. See all this? See all this nonsense? Right? We're gonna fix all this. I still don't know why he stopped. Why are you stopped? Why are you stopped? Because this train stopped. Why is this train stopped? This train stopped because it's on its way to a different passenger terminal all the way over here, right? So it's still running through this. We're bypassing that. Yep. We're going to be able to bypass all that crap. It's just going to take some time. Track builders, get out of the way. I think the track builder was the issue there. Or at least one of the issues there. Yeah, this is the track builder. He's not moving. So I need you to get out of the way and get over there to make that track. Because you're trying to get over there and make the track and you can't. That's the problem. Because you went all the way over here to turn around and go the wrong way on the track to get in there. But now you can start making it, so go do that. All right, so those are most of the things I wanted to cover. The other thing I wanted to cover today, and I didn't quite get to, is my rural area over here, the farm area, right? We have pretty much everything in place here. We're gonna launch this place in the spring. There's a couple of things that aren't done. I want to get some sports going here, just real casual rural sports kinds of stuff, right? A little field here, a little parks, whatever. We have a fire department, but no police department. There's not really a whole lot of need for a police department in this area, but there are places where people work. The fire department is one of those. But primarily, this area is there for this, so that we have a workforce that can go and fix farm vehicles without me having to just ditch them, right? There's going to be 4, possibly 6 repair trucks, right, at this location that can go out to various different farms and various different, distribution offices and fix vehicles on location. Go out there and do that. That's what they're for, right? And then the other ones that have any type of specific routes or whatever, they can always pull themselves in here, like the bulldozer is, for example, to get fixed. These guys are working here predominantly. Then the parking lots are here for, people who work from Zeroski or from the little town I'm going to have over here. Very, very small little town I'm going to have over here. And they can drive in to work and go here too. But they're still going to work in the heating plant as well. So we do need some kind of police department. There will be enough people here where that's needed. I kind of want to have a corner store over here too for them to just get their essentials, their food and meat, whatever. A little corner store here won't hurt nothing. There's space for it, and won't hurt nothing. You're talking to an American here. The sewage stuff is actually almost done. The line is already done all the way out here, but we don't have power for the sewage discharge. And power for the sewage discharge is going to be a little bit complicated. I mean, we could easily solve it by just dropping another wind turbine. But I'm kind of trying to limit how much maintenance I'm doing really far out, right? Because maintenance really far away is not something that just happens organically. Like this one here, it's at 0% because I've manually told people to go over here and fix it. I had to manually select that and fix it, right? So these types of things here, they get manually called out to fix because they're so far away. That's what stuff like this is going to help us with vehicles. I'd like to have another construction office out here somewhere which can handle repairs in this area too. And I just need the infrastructure in place to bring the materials that they're going to need in order to do that, which is what this rail is. This rail is the infrastructure in place to provide resources in this area. Yeah, it's all going to come together eventually, right? There's where our large farm's going to be. And then we have more fields here with the road already in place, ready to go. And I think I've already selected at least these things here. I might go in and, yeah, we don't have any road connections to these yet because I haven't connected into the roads yet. And I was gonna make these gravel and stuff, but then I got carried away with the other roads. So that probably will have to wait for another year. But all this stuff is gonna get put in with the tunnel and everything. We're definitely going to want that stuff. So anyway, I've laid in the plans, all right, for what we're going to do, all right? All this stuff is kind of slowly coming together. It's, we still got plenty of resources, all right? We don't have a whole lot of oil, but we've got tons of fuel. We got almost 3,000 tons of fuel in reserve right now, right? So we're solid on fuel. We don't have to worry about that. So if I have to disconnect things or shut down the refinery for any reason soon, machinery maybe, we'll have a pretty good supply in reserve for stuff like that. So yeah, there's the plans. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. It's just taken a while to make them happen. I think once the track builders are done with all this stuff, which is more important, then they can start working on that tunnel. Because that tunnel is going to take years to make. And I'm also going to have to babysit this to get them teleporting out of here. Yep. I'm definitely going to have to babysit all this because these guys are not, they're not going to go when I tell, when, yeah, they're like, this guy should be going right now, but he's not. And he's not because the rail needs to be completed over here because the whole thing is a segment. Right? This is all purple. So all of this, if there's a train sitting over here, yeah, that's got to change. I need to do something about that. Let's do, let's go like, I think we'll do it right here. I think right there. Just separate that because that's really silly to do that. And then on this side here, we'll go bop, bop. Yeah. We just need that to be a thing so these guys don't have to wait. There's never a reason for trains to wait here. Right? They should never be waiting here. But the only reason they are now is because I need a clearing for the intersection and because this is the same section. So I think I need them to finish this stuff. I'm going to babysit them until they're done with this, and then I can put the signals on this side. I guess I have to have the signals on both sides. But if I try to put the signals there now, it'll divide the jobs. So I guess the signals will go in once these two segments here are done. And then they can build all the rest of this stuff, but at least that'll be locked up so that these don't have to wait for everything all the time anymore. All right, so I'm going to have this run and be babysitted for a while. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.